Olson press box. Here at Decorah High School's Viking Stadium. Vikings and Cadets here tonight. Starting lineups offensively for Decorah: Bryce Pierce at quarterback, Michael Savaroff at running back, Colt Johansson at fullback, Cole Sweska at wingback, Breitenmeyer at split end, Kyle Kane at tight end. The quick tackle is Nick Gosling. The quick guard, Jonathan Ellsburn. The center is Sean Truan. Austin Ashbacker at power guard, and Matt Whittle at power tackle. The Crestwood Cadets will have Spencer Bohr at the quarterback position. The main running back is Matthew Cuvalier. Fullbacks are Tyler Thomas. Also, the tight end is Hunter Slivka. Jarrett Bergen's one of the fullbacks as well. Tristan Bohr is at an end, and the up front men, Jade Miller, Garrett Praska, Sam Olendyke, Alex Mackenberg, and Alan Iverson. Jade Miller at left tackle goes 290. Alex Mackenberg at right guard goes 270, so definitely some size to that Crestwood offensive line there, Chris.
Yeah, and it's definitely something that we're going to have to keep an eye on, because this Viking defensive line has done an outstanding job so far this year. Particularly two players that I keep an eye on tonight will be Austin Ashbacker and Dustin Carey. They've both done a great job of committing to their lanes defensively and getting great pressure, first of all, on the quarterback, and then really stepping up in the run game and giving opposing ball carriers really nowhere to run.
Decorah has won the toss. They will receive, and they will defend the goal to our left. It was breezy earlier, and it's still pretty breezy. The wind is coming out of the east, so Crestwood will have the wind at their back in the first quarter. But one thing to consider with Crestwood, their kickoff guy, Levi Henry, only averaging 24.6 yards a kick. In fact, quite often early in the season, Crestwood onside kicked quite a bit for their kickoff. And last year against Decorah, they recovered 2 onside kicks in that ball game. So even from the get-go, you got to be careful for some funny business here, don't you, Chris?
Yeah, and I'm sure the Viking coaching staff will do something to combat that, whether they come out, in an onside kick recovery kind of formation, or if they have their guys prepared in some sort of normal return situation, but maybe have those front guys more aware. They always say to those front line guys, make sure the ball goes over your head. So it's definitely going to be important for those guys to keep their heads on a swivel here tonight.
Got to say hi to a couple of people. Kyle Slivka, former state champion for Crestwood. His little brother Brandon playing tonight. He's listening down in Des Moines. And I'll say hi to your family member, Katie Wanless, tuning in tonight. And here is Henry's approach and the kick. This one is a relatively short kick coming out of Sweska at the 15, runs up the far side hash mark to the 20, runs to his right at the 25 and gets dragged down. Levi Henry, the kicker, down to cover him up at the 25-yard line. Correction, that was Derek Henkes bringing him down at the 24-yard line. First and 10 to Decorah. From that point, they move left to right. And the Vikings have scored a touchdown on their first 6 drives in 6 games this year.
Yeah, and the Vikings were set up there. It was kind of an onside safe return kind of look, and came down to Cole Sweska on the deep kickoff, and that was a pretty good job by Crestwood's coverage unit to come down and make the tackle.
Their first 6 opening drives have resulted in score. Let's clarify that. 2 tight ends, split back to the backfield. Sweska split right. Here is Pierce taking the snap, dropping back to throw. Has nice protection, throws the right side. Catch is made by Sweska, and he is knocked back from the 28-yard line. Jeffrey Haskovic brought him down. It's a gain of 5 yards.
He had Cole Sweska on the curl route there, and then he had Kyle Kane running the flag. Bryce made the correct decision there, reading the defense, hitting Cole for a nice gain on first down.
2nd and 5 from the 29-yard line. Vikes left to right in the first quarter. Football right or near side hash mark. To the right side, Henning. 2 tight ends on a line of scrimmage. Split backs in the backfield, Savaroff and Johansson. Pierce under center, takes the snap, gives to Savarov, right side, looks for an opening, doesn't find one, gets dragged down from behind. On the near side, numbers at the 20-yard line. It was Levi Henry who brought him down, gain of 0, 3rd and 5.
It was a nice job by the edge defense of Crestwood there. Austin Ashbacker and Cole Sweska kind of had to go 2 for 1 on one defender. That freed up one or two other Crestwood defenders to come up and make the tackle right at the point of attack.
Minute 15 into the game, no score, 3rd and 5 from the 29-yard line. Roller to the left side, wing left is Sweska, split back Savarov and Johansson, tight end right is Kane. Give to Savarov, turning the right side, gets a block from Ellsburn and gets dragged down at the 31-yard line. So a 3 and out on the opening possession for Decorah. The man keeping the edge that time was the outside linebacker, Garrett Praska.
Again, the edge defense there for the Cadets, pretty fundamentally sound. And like you said, Praska really stringing that play out along with the rest of that Crestwood defense. But, you know, like we said, a key was going to be getting off to a fast start, and 3 and out is not the way you're going to do it.
Johansson averaging 41-2 a kick. Austin Ashbacker is the long snapper. Spencer Bohr back to field a kick. He hasn't fielded a kick yet this year. He comes up on the kick, makes the catch, and near side numbers at the 33. Runs into Jay Covden and gets knocked back from the 36-yard line. Coverage provided by Jay Covden, and the coverage was good. A 36-yard punt and a 3-yard return. So the Cadets will move right to left. Their first series of the game, 9:56 to play, quarter number 1. It is a scoreless game.
Jay Covden, a guy that we've talked about a lot in the Viking return game, now proving that he can be a playmaker in the coverage game as well. Did a nice job there, coming down, keeping his leverage to the outside, and just really making a nice open field tackle.
Spencer Bohr up to the line of scrimmage. The fullback is Bergen, and he'll have 2 backs behind him, 2 tight ends on the line of scrimmage. Football left or near side hash mark. Give it to Bergen, squeezes through off the right side across the 40 and up to the 44-yard line as he ran behind the blocking of the right side of the line. He's tripped up by Sean Truan, and it's a gain of 8 yards.
Bergen, the fullback at kind of the point of the wishbone, if you will. Just a straight up the middle handoff, and a nice gain for Cresco on first down.
2nd and 2 from the 44. Football left or near side hash mark. Henry, Kubalier, and Bergen, the trio in the backfield, 2 tight ends on the line of scrimmage. Spencer Bohr ducks in under a center, Sam Olendijk, facing a 5-man front for Decorah. Bohr takes the snap, keeps it on the option right side, loses his footing a bit, gets hit by Matt Whittle, and knocked back from the 45-yard line in the center of the field. Jake Hubden, an assist. It's 3rd and 1.
That was a good example there of the Decorah defense all chipping in, doing their individual duties. There was a fake handoff again up the middle to the fullback, and he had 2 guys converge on him, and then obviously the end of the play with the tackle coming on the quarterback short of the first down.
3rd and 1 from the 45-yard line. 3 backs in the backfield with Bergen, Kubalier, and Henry. 2 tight ends on the line of scrimmage, a 5-man front for Decorah. 3rd and 1 from the 45 with 8:45 to play, first quarter, no score. Long count at the line by Bohr. He'll take the snap. He'll give to Henry. Left side, first down and more inside Decorah territory, and down he goes at the 46-yard line on the near side hash mark. Jake Hubden the stop.
So now we've seen both of those streaks broken now. The offense not scoring on the first possession, and now Crestwood picking up a first down on their first possession. And, you know, it is early, Darren, but you'd have to say that Cresco has a little bit of momentum rolling right now.
1st and 10, 46-yard line, football towards the left or near side hash mark in Decorah territory. Wishbone set and 2 tight ends. 5 on the line of scrimmage for Decorah. Bohr under his center. Sam Olendijk takes the snap. He'll give to Henry right side. Finds an opening. And down to the 40-yard line. He's brought down in the center of the field by Kyle Kane, but a gain of 6 yards running behind Mackenberg at right guard at 270 and Iverson at right tackle at 235.
Vikings brought a little bit of pressure on that play. Holt Johansson blitzed from a linebacker spot and just was one gap too far to the right side.
So 2nd down and 4 it will be from the 40-yard line in Decorah territory. Wishbone set again, 2 tight ends. Football towards the right or far side hash mark. Bohr keeps it. No, he gave it to Bergen that time, and he is tripped up near the line of scrimmage, but he falls forward to near the 37-yard line. Sean Truan was on the bottom of the pile for Decorah. It's going to be about a 3rd down and 1.
Yeah, the interior of the Viking D-line there, Truan, Ashbacker, Matt Whittle, and then Kyle Kane, I think, was in in there also from a linebacker spot. Did a nice job of making a pile, and now a big third down again for this Viking defense.
7:13 to play, first quarter, no score. 3rd and 1 from the 37. A wishbone set and 2 tight ends. Football towards the right or far side hash mark. Bohr takes the snap, gives to Henry, left side, squeezes through off the left side and gets the first down to the 35-yard line. Kyle Kane came out of the pile with it, but his progress had been stopped. Matt Whittle the stop. Correction, that was Cuvalier on the carry, and it's a gain of 2 for a first down.
Crestwood doing a lot of running early, just right up the middle of, right behind the interior of that offensive line, and doing a pretty nice job of it, picking up their second first down of this drive.
6:52 to play, first quarter, no score. First down and 10 at the Decorah 35-yard line. Wishbone set again, 2 tight ends, football in the center of the field. Give is to Henry off the right side. He plows ahead, and this time he's knocked back. Austin Ashbacker responds, bringing him down right at the line of scrimmage, no gain.
Probably the best job so far by the Viking defense as a whole there, particularly the defensive line. Like you mentioned, Darren, Austin Ashbacker really got off the ball nicely on that play and kind of blew it up at the line of scrimmage.
And the first 2 first down plays, 8 and 6. That first down play, 0. Second down and 10 from the 35-yard line. Halfway point, first quarter, no score. Wishbone set, 2 tight ends. Football towards the right or far side hash mark. Bohr with the long count at the line. He'll take the snap. He'll give up the middle on a draw play to Bergen, finds a gap off the left side and gets to the 27-yard line where he's brought down by the combination of Johansson and Colin Nimrod. It's a gain of 8 yards and a pretty good play call there by the Cadets. They had the Viking defensive line duped.
Yeah, and like you mentioned, Darren, a great job on first down on this by the Viking defense, but on second down you give up 8 yards, and now it's 3rd and manageable again for Crestwood.
From the 27-yard line, 3rd and 2, football in the center of the field. Wishbone set, 2 tight ends. Spencer Bohr under center takes the snap, gives off the left side to Levi Henry. He plows ahead for a first down to the 23-yard line, brought down in the center of the field. Sean Truan, Colin Nimrod brought him down. It was Cuvalier again, my bad, but it's a gain of 4 yards and a first down as the Crestwood Cadets playing no BS football, just dominating up front right now, Chris.
Right, and you talked about before the game started that the size across that Crestwood offensive front, and right now they're just pushing the Vikings D-line around.
5:18 to play, first quarter, no score. 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line into Decorah territory. Wishbone set, 2 tight ends. Same formation every play of the series this time. Give is to Henry. He gets hit hard near the 22-yard line and knocked down there. It was Holt Johansson filling the hole well, assisted by Austin Ashbacker. It's a gain of 1 to the 23. It's a 2nd down and 9. Holt
and Austin, like you mentioned, converging right at the line of scrimmage there to make the nice tackle. Another nice play on first down for the Vikings, but now you got to have a good play on second down here and force Cresco into possibly a passing situation.
And just in case you're wondering, Crestwood has not tried a field goal yet this year. 4:38 to play in the quarter, no score. 2nd and 9 from the 23-yard line. 2 tight ends, wishbone set. Spencer Bohr under center takes the snap, gives off the left side to Cuvalier. He'll lunge ahead inside the 20 to near the 18-yard line. Brought down on the near side hash mark by Austin Ashbacker and Colin Nimrod. They're going to mark him near the 18-yard line. It's a gain of 5, so it's 3rd down and 5 upcoming.
Biggest third down of the game so far here for the Viking defense. 3rd and 5. Kind of an open-ended offensive down, if you will. If you're Crestwood, you can go either way here, run or pass, but I'd be surprised if they deviated from the run at this point. 3rd and 4 from the 18-yard line. 3:35 to play, or 55. Dropping a throw is Bohr. Bohr fires over the middle. Catch made by Haskovic. Lunging to the goal line. He's in. Touchdown. Bohr to Haskovic for the score. And it's a 6-0 lead for the Cadets with 3:49 to play here in quarter number 1. It was a play fake, and looked like a lot of the Viking defenders thought that was going to be handed off because it was just a little pop pass up the middle with the tight end releasing right off the line of scrimmage, and he was wide open, made the catch, and then just had to kind of waltz towards the end zone. 64 yards, 12 plays, taking 6:07 off the clock. Levi Henry for the PAT, spotted, booted up, and good. So the Crestwood Cadets have a 7-0 lead with 3:49 to play quarter number 1. And we'll take a break for Rockweiler Appliance and TV. A Decorah-type drive against Decorah. As we mentioned, 64 yards, 12 plays, 6:07 off the clock.
Bohr to Haskovic for an 18-yard score. Spencer Bohr, his third touchdown, his second to Jeffrey Haskovic. Very nice drive for the Crestwood Cadets, and it's the first time since the 11 championship game that Decorah has trailed by more than a touchdown. Sweska makes the catch of the kickoff at the 15, runs straight ahead to the 20, to the 25, opening to the 30. He's across the 40 and brought down at the 45-yard line. Tristan Bohr, the man that brought him down, a 30-yard return for Cole Sweska, and he'll set up the Decorah offense in good field position.
Definitely a good response there for Cole Sweska to come out, set up the Vikings in good field position. But you know, Darren, people always want to talk about how do you beat a good team, and obviously it's going to be different in various situations. But against Decorah, if it were me, I would say the formula is sustaining those drives on offense, and that's definitely what we saw from Cresco.
First and 10, 45-yard line. Sweska to the near right side as the Vikes move left to right. Tight end left is Meyer. Tight end right is Kane. Split backs with Hovden and Johansson. Dropping a throw is Bryce Pierce. Pierce rolling out to his left side, retreating to the 32, throwing the left side. And the catch is made as Brighton Meyer made the catch, or correction, Kyle Kane made the catch on the far side. Numbers at the Crestwood 38-yard line. Bryce did his best to buy some time and get 17.
He had 3 different routes pushing vertical down the field there. And like you said, he didn't have as much time as he would have liked. He had to spin around it and just kind of chuck it down the field, but an accurate throw there and a nice catch by Kyle.
First and 10 from the 38-yard line. Heading to the left side, wing left is Sweska, tight end right is Kane. Split backs with Johansson and with Hovden. Football left or far side hash mark. Give his to Johansson, finds a gap up the middle, runs inside the 35 and gets dragged down at the 33-yard line. A gain of 5 as he tried the right side. Spencer Bohr, one of the defenders for the Norse. Or for the Cadets, I should say.
The offensive line of Decorah now doing a lot better job, getting to their respective men and sustaining their blocks. And, sometimes you come out in a game, the opponent scores on you. It takes you a little bit to kind of wake up, but I think the Vikings are.
Second and 5 from the 33-yard line. Sweska in motion left to right. They give it to him on a wingback sweep. A block from Ashbacker to the right sideline and shoved to the sideline by Haskovic at the 30-yard line. They're going to get 3 to set up a third down and 2. Cadets doing a pretty good job of stringing that wingback sweep out.
It appears that Crestwood, to me anyway, the game plan for them includes a lot of, being able to recognize when Decorah wants to get to the edge and making sure that they can't get to the sideline and pick up those long gains.
Third and about a yard from the 30-yard line. Football right or near side hash mark in Crestwood territory. Cadets leading the Vikings 7-0. Sweska to the left side. Tight end right is Meyer. Tight end left is Kane. Split backs with Hovden and Johansson. Pierce under his center. Toss sweep going to Hovden left side, looking to turn upfield. He runs to the 25, runs to the 20, gets a block from Sweska. 10-5, touchdown. The deficit lasts a minute 19. Pending point, but Jake Hovden scores again. That is his 6th rushing touchdown to go along with 3 return touchdowns this year, and it's 7-6.
The difference on that play was that was the first time the Vikings had run an edge running play to the long side of the field, and Jake Hovden with that good speed able to get to the outside, and then like you mentioned, Cole Sweska doing a great job of downfield blocking, sprung him to the end zone.
Carter Zidlicki will snap it. Drake Schuring will hold it for Andy Sinkink, who is 18 for 20 on the PAT. Spot, boot, up, good. 7-7 the score. 2:30 to play, quarter number 1. We'll take a break for Troy Whitehill and Dick Cavalieri, your Edward Jones representatives. Special teams gave Decorah a little bit of a boost there. The Cole Sweska return sets up shop at the 45-yard line. 4 plays later, it's a Jake Hovden 30-yard touchdown run. He has started his varsity career with 9 touchdowns in his first 7 games. At least 1 per game as Sweska's kick is deep, taken by Bohr at the 1-yard line. They tried to fake a reverse. He brings it to the wrong side, and he hurdles a defender, and a flag is down as he is knocked to the sideline at the 21-yard line. I believe that's going to be an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty.
It was Dylan Henning down on the coverage, tried to go low for the tackle, and the ball carrier looked like knew it was coming the whole time, leaped over him, but looks like it's going to be coming back.
It's going to be a hold against Crestwood. sometimes when you go up in the air and your feet ends up hitting a defender like that, it's a potentially an unsportsmanlike play because that defender is technically defenseless at that time.
Exactly, and that's something that has definitely come into play a lot more over the past few years, is that term of a defenseless player, and these referees are always going to look out for the safety of these players first.
So first down and 10 at the 9-yard line, 2:24 to play first quarter. It's a 7-7 ball game. Wishbone set, two tight ends, Cadets moving right to left. Bohr gives up the middle to Burlog as or I should say Bergen, as he runs across the 10 to the 11-yard line. Whittle and Ashbacker there. Defensive line won the battle at the point of attack. It's a gain of 2, 2nd and 8 upcoming.
Yeah, like you said, Darren, the defensive line doing a nice job on that play of really making that line of scrimmage a cloudy area and making basically a pile at the point of attack.
2nd and 8 from the 11-yard line inside. 2 minutes to play first quarter. We're tied at 7. Vikes trailed for the first time this season, but that deficit lasts a minute 19. Two tight ends on a wishbone set. Bohr takes the snap, keeps it on the belly, makes the pitch, which is dropped by Cuvalier, but he picks it up at the 10, runs across the 10 to near the 17-yard line, brought down between the hash mark and the numbers on the near side. Sweska and Hovden brought him down. It ends up being a gain of 6 to set up a 3rd and 2.
Bohr definitely looks pretty comfortable in that kind of option game. Did a nice job on that play of waiting until the last second to make the pitch, and fortunately for the Cadets, they were able to recover the fumble on that one.
1:10 to play, quarter number 1. We're tied at 7. It's 3rd and about a yard and a half for the Cadets at the 18-yard line. Wishbone set, two tight ends, football left or near side hash mark. Bohr takes the snap, give is to Henry, and he is hit by Jake Hovden, knocked back from the 15-yard line. Jake Hovden on secondary run support. Got some help from Brighton Meyer. It's a loss of 2 and a 3-and-out from the defense.
And, that's the Jake Hovden we've been talking about all season. He does it on special teams, first of all, comes down, scores a touchdown offensively, and now on the defensive side of the ball, making a huge stop on 3rd down.
And Hovden will retreat with Sweska to field the punt. And back to punt it is Spencer Bohr, a 32.5-yard average correction. That's Colby Lefevre, a 31.9-yard average, as the Cadets have used 2 punters. Snap back in good shape, moves forward, gets the kick away. Good hang time to this one as Hovden retreats, makes the catch far side numbers at the 42, runs straight ahead to the 45 and gets knocked back. From the 45-yard line, Hovden covered up on the play by Tristan Bohr as well as Jeffrey Haskevec. They'll mark him at the 43, so a nice punt by Lefevre that time. The punt goes 43 yards, which is a season long for him. A return of a yard. So 5 seconds left here in quarter number 1. Cadets and Vikings are tied at 7, 1st and 10. Decorah at the 43-yard line.
And the long hang time there really allowed the coverage team for Crestwood to get down the field in a hurry, so Jake really didn't have many options once he gathered the ball in.
Receivers left and right. Savarov and Johansson in a split-back tandem. Dustin Carey, a wing-back left side. Football in the center of the field as the Vikes move left to right. Pierce takes the snap, short drop, throws the right side, catch made by Sweska at the 48, knocked to the sideline by Haskevec at the 48-yard line as well. So it's a gain of 5 yards, and that's going to be quarter number 1. Quarter number 1 done. We're tied at 7, and we take a break for Bruning Rock Products. 7-7 game at the end of the first quarter. Cadets with a 64-yard scoring drive that took 12 plays, resulting in a Bohr to Haskevec connection for 18 yards. Jake Hovden, 4 plays later, got a 30-yard connection. Some of the stats there, Mr. Wanless.
Like you said, Jake Hovden, 1 carry, 30 yards, and the touchdown. Holt Johansson 1 for 6, Cole Sweska 1 for 3, and Michael Savarov 2 for 3. So outside of that long touchdown run, not a whole lot doing yet on the ground. But for Crestwood, Matthew Cuvalier 6 for 27, Jared Bergen 3 for 18. The Crestwood running game has been a little more effective than I think maybe people expected tonight so far.
2nd and 5 from the 48-yard line, with Savarov and Johansson. 2 tight ends and split to the left side. Sweska. Pierce takes, gives to Johansson, plows ahead off left guard to near first down yardage. He is brought down by the center of the line, led by Alan Iverson. They'll set it up at the 48. It's gain of 4, 3rd down and 1 for Decorah with 11:45 to play second quarter as they move it right to left.
And just another thing I would mention as far as those stats from the first quarter, you talked about Decorah making opponents go 3 and out, but Crestwood 4 of 5 on 3rd down in that first quarter, and 8.5 minutes time of possession.
So 3rd down and 1 from the 48-yard line. I formation went left. Here is Pierce taken, given off the left side, and there's a flag down as somebody moved early. I think it was somebody on that left or quick side that time, as the head linesman comes in and tells the referee, and it'll be an illegal procedure against Decorah. I believe that's the first penalty of the night.
It is, Darren, and you never want to take penalties, obviously, but especially in this situation. It was 3rd and short. You back yourself up 5 yards now. Just make it tougher on yourself.
11:23 to play second quarter. It is a lead, or a 7-7 ball game, Decorah and Crestwood. And now it's 3rd and 6 for Decorah. From the 47-yard line, the Vikings are 1 of 2 on 3rd downs. With Savaroff and Johansson, 2 tight ends, and Sleska split to the left near side. Pierce takes the snap, dropping back to throw. Pierce running out of time, now retreating in the pocket. He's going to be dumped all the way back to the 29-yard line. Levi Henry brought him down. It's a loss of 18 yards.
And you got to admire Bryce's willingness to want to try to make a play there out of nothing, but that was one of those plays where the pressure was on him so quick. Sometimes you just have to eat it and take the sack.
So it's 4th down, and Holt Johansson on to punt. His first punt went 36 yards. It was return 3. Spencer Bourne, Tristan Bohr back deep. Here's the snap back in good shape. He'll move forward, get the kick away. It bounces at the 40 and takes a hop out of bounds inside the 35 at the 34-yard line. So the punt that time goes 43 and no return. So 10:24 to play quarter number 1, or half number 1. Crestwood will get the football back in a 7-7 ball game. 1st and 10 from their own 34, moving left to right.
And, it was a good response by Decorah after Crestwood took the lead early. Obviously, Cole Sweska set the Vikings up with great field position, but now Crestwood, with a response of their own, and these two teams really trying to make this a defensive battle, it seems like.
Cuvalier, Henry, and Bergen in the backfield as a wishbone set and 2 tight ends. Here's Bohr off the left side looking to turn upfield. He's hit by Jacob Leaps near the 37-yard line and gets knocked back from the 38-yard line. They're going to give him 4 on the play as Bohr takes a nice hit from Jacob Leaps, who quietly is the 4th leading tackler on this Decorah team.
Great physical play there by Leaps, and that's something we've seen all year, whether it's on the defensive or offensive side of the ball. He just plays with a level of physicality that these Viking coaches really like.
So 2nd and 7 from the 37-yard line. Wishbone set, 2 tight ends. Cuvalier, Bergen, and Henry. Here's a swing pass right side. It's dropped in the right flat by Cuvalier, who was covered well by Eric Severson on the near side. Numbers at the 35-yard line. It's 3rd down and 6.
And luckily for the Cadets on that one, Cuvalier turned his route up the field just at the last second, or else that would have been a horizontal pass, and that would have been a fumble that the Vikings might have been able to fall on.
9:38 to play second quarter. It's 3rd down and 6 for the Cadets at the 38-yard line. Cadets 4 of 5 on 3rd down conversions. Wishbone set, 2 tight ends. Football left or far side hash mark. 8 in the box for Decorah. Here is Bohr taking the snap, giving up the middle to Bergen, and he is cut down immediately right at the line of scrimmage. They're going to give him the 35-yard line. Correction, it was Henry on the carry. Ashbacker and Kane say no further at the 40. It's 4th down.
Vikings creating a little bit of confusion at the line of scrimmage. Jacob Leaps came on a blitz from a middle linebacker spot, and that just makes one extra guy for that offensive line to pick up, and it frees up 3 or 4 other guys to come up and make the play.
Jake Hovden back in single safety as the Cadets will use a spread punt formation. Colby Lefever's first punt was 43 yards. 9 minutes to play second quarter. A 7-7 ball game. Snap back, and it's a fake. They give it to Cuvalier. He tries to run off the left side, and he gets a first down. Runs to the 50 and shoved out of bounds on the far side, but there's a flag down at the 44-yard line. Flag came from the umpire well after the play. A very well executed fake punt. If this was the Iowa Hawkeyes, the message boards would be blowing up right now, but it's going to be an illegal block in the back against Crestwood. You know what? Let's call a spade a spade. Decorah got lucky. Gutsy call, executed well, but the Cadets called for the block in the back.
And, you know, it's not the first time Crestwood has done something like that. I think in the 3 years that I played varsity football against Crestwood, they used a fake punt or attempted a fake punt at least once in each of those 3 games. So definitely not afraid to pull some kind of trickery, but you're right, Darren. Decorah catches a big break there with the penalty, taking that play back.
And the scrimmage will be the 36-yard line. So it's now a 4th down in about 11. And the Vikes did have an opportunity to tackle him in the backfield, too, and it didn't happen, but the penalty brings it back. Got to be frustrating for a coaching staff when you call something like that. It works, but the laundry is out on the field. High snap to Lefevre. He'll move forward and get the kick away. This one off the side of his foot, bouncing at the 35, and will take a hop out of bounds on the far side at the 31-yard line. So the punt goes 33. No return. 8:41 to play quarter number 2. We are tied at 7.
And, you know, it comes back to something that we talked about a little earlier, Darren, where the Vikings not getting those short fields that they've been accustomed to so far this season, you know, now having to go, you know, maybe 65, 70 yards in a drive, which even then, that's the 30-yard line,
yeah.
Still pretty good field position, but, you know, when you're accustomed to 40, 50-yard fields, it's a little tougher.
High formation in the backfield with Hubden and Johansson. Vikes right to left, 1st and 10 from their own 31. Meyer split to the left side. Here's Pierce, takes, gives to Hubden, finds an opening off the left side across the 35 and gets dragged out at the 38-yard line. He is brought down on the play by Grady Bergen, but it's a gain of 7 yards.
And Hubden kind of sidestepping in the backfield there to find his seam, but once he found it, did a really great job of just bursting up the field and making sure he got the most yardage he possibly could.
2nd and 3 from the 38-yard line. Football on the right or far side hash mark. Heading to the right side, wing right is Sweska formation with Hubden and Johansson. Tight end left side is Kane. Here is Pierce taking it, keeping it on the belly left side, lunging ahead, not getting much. He'll maybe get the 35-yard line as he comes down in the arms of Alan Iverson.
And Bryce actually on that play cut up into the correct hole that the play was drawn up for. But, you know, this Crestwood defensive unit really doing a nice job so far of maintaining their gaps and making it pretty tough on the Viking offense.
I believe I said the 35. It's actually the 40. 3rd down and 1 at the 40-yard line. 7.5 to play second quarter. It is a 7-7 game. Vikes 1 of 3 on 3rd down conversions. Split backs, 2 tight ends, and Rohr split to the left side. Give to Jake as he starts left, cuts back right, plows ahead, pile driving ahead to the 46-yard line. He'll have the 1st down. Brought down on the play by Garrett Praska amongst others. The initial hole got him the 1st down. The extra 5 was Jake.
And Jake Hubden, again, doing a great job so far in this game, really being a catalyst, trying to light a fire under the Vikings in all 3 phases of the game.
So 1st down at 10, 46-yard line. To the left side will go Eric Severson. To the right side, Brighton Meyer. Split backs in the backfield, and Sweska wing right. Here is Pierce taking the snap off play action. This time he has time. He fires deep down the left sideline, going for speed. Severson makes the catch inside the 15, and down he goes. Spencer Bohr brings him down. They'll mark him at the 4-yard line. A 50-yard play for the first varsity catch for Eric Severson.
And that was a really great throw by Bryce Pierce because he saw where the defender was positioned, and you know they talk about a lot at the college and pro level about throwing your receiver open, and Bryce did a great job of that there. Threw it inside the defender, and a great adjustment by the receiver to come back, catch the ball, and now the Vikings set up inside the 5-yard line. 1st and goal at the 4-yard line for Decorah. Football in the center of the field. Severson tight end right side. Wing back left is Colin Nimrod. Split backs with Hubden and Johansson. Split to the left near side is Henning. Here's Pierce. Takes, gives to Hubden left side. Runs into his own blocker. Got knocked back
from the 4-yard line. Progress will give him the 4. Making a nice play there defensively for the Cadets was Sean Omar, the leading tackler for the Cadets. Gain of 0, 2nd and goal.
Pretty big pile up at the line of scrimmage there. Looks like the Cadets are going with kind of a heavy set here down inside the 5-yard line. But this is something that if the Vikings are ultimately going to be as successful as they want to be, you have to turn these opportunities into 6 points.
6 big guys on the line of scrimmage for the Cadets, as you mentioned. Halfway point, second quarter, 7-7 game. Pierce takes the snap, gives to Jacob Leeds. Pile drives ahead to the end zone. Not quite. No signal yet. It's going to be 3rd down as Leeds tried the power side. He did all he could, and he got 3 to set up a 3rd down and goal.
It looked like the pile moved across the goal line, but I wonder if Leaps maybe lost his balance initially, and then maybe his knee came down a bit short. But like you said, did all he could on that play, pushing the pile.
3rd and goal at the 1. 5:25 to play second quarter. We're tied at 7. Up to the line of scrimmage comes the Vikes. To the left side, Brighton Meyer. Wing left is Colin Nimrod. Tight end right, Eric Severson. Split backs, Johansson and Hovden. Pierce takes, gives to Holt. Right side to the end zone. No signal yet. It's going to be a 4th down. It's going to be a 4th down. Holt's body was in the end zone. The ball didn't quite get there. It's 4th and goal.
Yeah, and the official on the far sideline that marked it, really there was no hesitation. He very demonstrative in his call there on the spot of the ball. But like I talked about, the Vikings, anytime you're inside the 5-yard line, 1st down, you got to turn it into 6. And now you're one defensive stop by Cresco away from coming away with nothing.
4th and goal at the 1. Split backs, Hovden and Johansson. 2 tights on the line of scrimmage. Split to the left near side is Sweska. Give is to Holt. No, it's a belly left side. Pierce gets into the end zone for the touchdown. Bryce Pierce with rushing touchdown. Number 3 on the season. It is 13-7 Decorah with 4:26 to play second quarter.
Like you said, it was a fake handoff and then a belly keeper by Bryce Pierce. I dare say I saw Luke Kane run that exact same play for a touchdown in overtime against Marion a couple years back.
69 yards, 8 plays, 4:15 off the clock. Pierce with the TD. Andy Sinkink trying to make his 20th varsity PAT. Carter Zidlicki snaps it to Drake Schuring, who holds it for Sinkink's PAT, who puts it up and in. There's 4:26 to play. Quarter number 2. The Vikings take the lead on the Cadets 14-7. And let's take a break for Vic's Heating and Plumbing. Lead back Decorah's way, 14-7. As Cole Sweska will kick off from right to left to restart the ball game. This is Vikings Radio, 1240 KDEC Decorah and KDECradio.net. Darren Swenson and Chris Wanless here for week number 7, high school football, and a beautiful night for football here in Decorah tonight. Here's Sweska, has his football teed up. And here's the approach and the kick. This one is a high kick, and Tristan Bohr is going to make the catch 4 yards deep in the end zone. So 1st down and 10 at the 20-yard line. Cadets left to right, trailing for the first time tonight.
And that's something Cole has gotten a lot better with as the season has gone on here. He's really been adding distance to his kickoffs every game, and like we talked about in the pregame, really an asset when you can have a kid on your team that's able to put the ball in the end zone.
So 1st down and 10 for the Cadets, moving left to right as we mentioned. They scored on their first drive of the game, a 3-and-out on their next drive, a 3-and-out on the drive after that. Bergen, Cuvalier, and Henry in the wishbone set in the backfield. Brandon Slifka, the tight end right. Jeffrey Haskovic, the tight end on the left side of the line. Spencer Bohr under center, takes the snap, keeps it on the option left side, turning upfield across the 20. Hit by Cole Sweska and dragged to the sideline. They'll mark him in the vicinity of the 28-yard line. Is that a penalty marker I see down on the field? I don't think it is. It was some other wrapper, I guess. 2nd down and 2.
Some kind of debris out there, but
yes.
Looked like a pretty good job there by Crestwood, particularly up front, executing their blocks pretty well on that play, picking up a nice gain for first down.
2nd and 2 from the 28-yard line. 4:18 to play in the first half. It's 14-7 Decorah. Here is Bortaken giving up the middle to the fullback Bergen as he is cut down near the line of scrimmage. Michael Ruiz, the man that brought him down at the 29 to set up a 3rd down and 1.
Yeah, and again, going to be huge for the Viking defense here and throughout this entire game on these 3rd downs to get themselves off the field. You don't want Crestwood to have those long sustained drives like the first scoring drive they had.
4 of 6 on 3rd downs are the Cadets. Football on the left or far side hash mark. Wishbone set. 2 tight ends. 3:45 to play second quarter. 14-7 Decorah. Here's the give to Cuvalier left side. First down and more as he gets to the 32-yard line. Kyle Kane tripped him up in the backfield, but the fall forward will move the sticks for the Cadets.
Yeah, and give credit to Cuvalier on that play, getting through the initial hole, and then like you said, Darren, just falling forward, making sure he had enough yardage for the first down.
1st and 10, 32-yard line. Football left or far side hash mark. Cadets with all 3 timeouts remaining, trailing 14-7, and they get the football to start the second half as well. 4 under a center, Sam Olendijk. 2 tight ends on the line of scrimmage. 3 backs in the backfield and a wishbone set. 4 surveying the 5-man front for Decorah. Takes the snap. He options one way and turns and spins the other way. Loose football, and does Decorah have it? No. It's 2nd down as apparently either the Cadets came up with the football at the 35-yard line or they marked him down, but it's a gain of 3 yards for Bohr.
Yeah, it was a counter action by the quarterback there, like you said, Darren, faking the handoff to the near side and then turning right around and taking it himself off left tackle.
2:53 to play second quarter. It's a 14-7 lead for Decorah. 2nd and 7 for the Cadets from the 35. Bortakes gives to Cuvalier right side, dragged down at the 37-yard line. Correction, that was Henry that time. Ruiz and Whittle brought him down. Good response up front. 3rd down upcoming, and really the defensive line has played a lot better since that first drive.
Right, and it's maybe a matter of like we said or talked about earlier in the pregame, you're coming out against an offensive scheme in Crestwood that is so different than ones you've faced so far this season, and it maybe takes a little bit of feeling out, but like you said, doing a much better job now. 3rd
and 5 from the 37-yard line. 2:10 to play second quarter. 14-7 the score. Flag coming from the referee. Dead ball. Illegal procedure. Crestwood Cadets. 2nd penalty on Cresco. The other one was huge on a fake punt that was brought back by an illegal block. 3rd down and 10 upcoming from the Crestwood 32-yard line.
And you talk about the fake punt that was brought back, which would have resulted in a first down conversion. And now 3rd and 10 on what would have been a 3rd and 5. This penalty could also end up being pretty big.
Cadets are 5 of 7 on 3rd down conversions. Bohr takes the snap, drops back to throw under big time pressure, throws the right side. Catch made at the 39 on the near side numbers by Cuvalier, but he made it on his keister, and it only gets a 7-yard gain to set up a 4th down and 3. Very good pressure for Bohr, knowing the fact that the Cadets have ran the football reasonably well. You're not supposed to get that good of pressure on the quarterback. They did that time.
Right, you talk about using the run to set up the pass, but the Decorah defense not fooled there, expecting the pass, and it looks like Crestwood going to keep the offense on the field.
So, wishbone set, 2 tight ends, 4th and 3 from the 39-yard line. Bohr takes the snap, gives off the right side to Henry, breaking tackles, moving forward, and gets to the 43-yard line. It'll be a first down as they ran it behind the right side of the line. Hubden and Truan brought him down. A decent response up front. They may have to measure, actually they won't, as they point east, and it's going to be a first down. Well, you know what? Cresco's going to pull out all the stops tonight. They try to fake punt. You're going 4th down in your own territory tonight. You got to be ready for anything the rest of the night.
Exactly, and that was actually a pretty good play by the fronts of both Crestwood and Decorah. They end up picking up the first down by about 6 inches.
Inside of a minute to play till halftime. 14-7 the score. Decorah on top. Here is Cuvalier taking the handoff to the left side. Break making a tackle at the 44, bouncing left to the 50, runs to the 45, and it's pinwheeled down by Sweska and Kane. On the far side, numbers at the 43-yard line in Decorah territory. Cuvalier gets 15 to the good and a first down.
The Vikings dialing up a little more pressure, and, it looked like the right pressure initially. Holt Johansson got into the backfield, but then just kind of ran right past the ball carrier.
4 receivers, 2 to either side. Shotgun set for Bohr, and Cuvalier stands to his left. Bohr gives to Cuvalier, right side, finds a gap inside the 40, bounces off of Kyle Kane's tackle attempt, breaks free inside the 35, and Dylan Henning, fortunately for Decorah, brought him down at the 32. It's a gain of 11 to a first down. If Henning doesn't jump on him, that's 6.
Yeah, and again, give credit to Cuvalier. That was a tough run. First of all, trucked one Viking defender, looked like he was going down, but kept his balance, moved forward, and like you said, if it's not for Dylan Henning, he's probably still running right now.
First down and 10 at the 31-yard line, and a timeout asked for by Crestwood there with 30 seconds left in the half, and Crestwood can do anything. They got 2 timeouts remaining. Coming up to halftime, we'll talk to the cross-country coaches, Christy Nimrod and also Dennis Sevelsizer. We'll have a Viking sports report and try to get you some scores here at the halftime break as well. 30 seconds left here in the first half. It is a 14-7 lead for Decorah. Been a good football game to this point, Chris.
Yeah, and it's something we talked about again in the pregame. You take these two teams in not only football but any competition, it's always going to be a tough battle. You always expect Crestwood to come out swinging, and they've certainly done so here so far.
2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. Bohr in the gun, and off to his left is Cuvalier. Vikes back to a 4-man front. They've been running 5 and 6 against the wishbone most of the night. Here comes 5 on the pressure. Bohr under pressure. Steps up, throws deep down the left sideline, going for Haskovic, who makes the catch. Touchdown! Bohr to Haskovic for his second connection tonight. Cadets within an extra point of tying this baby up.
And Cole Sweska had pretty good coverage there. Was basically step for step with the receiver. Unfortunately, just kind of tripped over his own feet as the ball was in the air, and ended up leaving the wide receiver wide open. But, something I noticed after the play there, it's kind of a momentum shifter, but a guy we've been talking about a lot tonight so far, Jake Hovden, coming over to Cole Sweska, trying to, rally his spirits a little bit, and, you like to see that kind of leadership.
Henry for the PAT, it's up and good. We're tied at 14, 23 seconds left in the half. This for Greg and Marty Wise with Plan 1 Financial. Levi Henry will kick off from left to right to restart the ball game. And this one going to be on the ground. And Jacob Leaps is going to make the recovery at the 40-yard line. You know what? That is absolutely silly. Why would you give a team the ball at the 40-yard line right here? I don't get that, Chris.
That's exactly what I'm wondering, Darren. With 22 seconds left,
and 3 timeouts.
On your own 40, you've got a lot of options here to come down and at least set yourself up for a field goal.
22.5 to play here in the second quarter. We're tied at 14. First and 10 at the 40-yard line. Football writer, far side, hash mark, Vikes right to left. Hovden or Johansson and Savarov split behind. Bryce Pierce split to the left side is Brighton Meyer. Bryce gives to Johansson, plowing ahead off the right side, and he gets knocked back from the 43-yard line. And that will be the first half, or so it appears. So, tie game here at halftime. Decorah and Crestwood 14-14. Been a long time since we've had a tie ball game at halftime, but credit to the Cadets. You know what? They're playing their second game in 5 days, and you would not know it right now, Chris.
Yeah, it's a case of, when you're anyone that's ranked highly in the state or, on any level, in any sort of rankings, there's always that phrase, you have the target on your back. People are always going to get up to play you. You got to give Crestwood a lot of credit here for coming out. Like you said, their second game in 5 days. You got to give them credit coming out swinging. And, it's really come down, Darren, to the battle in the trenches so far, at least in my opinion. And, both teams doing a lot of good things, but, this is probably the closest game we've had at halftime since week 1 against Waverly, and the Vikings are going to have to come out
And we are back here at halftime as Decorah and Crestwood are tied here at the halftime break, talking here with Coach Jeff Friedoff. And Coach, even ball game here at the halftime break. What's been good? What needs to improve here in the second half?
Well, you got to give Crestwood a lot of credit. They're coming out here playing with a lot of desire. They just want to get after it. It's the first team that we really knew coming in was going to play straight up physical football with us, and they were doing exactly that. And we got to make some adjustments defensively. We're not doing a real good job taking on the double teams. We're not getting low, making the piles that we need to. We got to have some guys both offensively and defensively that just need to step up and make some plays. Mental execution is huge because, of course, offensively, we had a couple of those drives in the first half that we just get completely out of sequence because of the penalties.
And is it about half and half adjustments, half and half just people need to step up a little bit here at the halftime break?
Yeah, we just know when we talk those halftime adjustments, it's not anything fancy. It's just there's certain things that need to be executed at a higher level when you're playing a quality team like this. And, we always have that comment at halftime that it's 0-0 coming out, and all practical purposes, when it's 14-14, that is the case. This is the first opportunity that we got to come out and actually win a half because the scoreboard is evened up.
And your kids here tonight, a nice victory, come from behind victory over Crestwood. Talk about your sophomore group.
Well, similar type of situation. Crestwood did a great job playing physical with us. They were able to capitalize on some things that we were doing defensively. But our kids understood that their backs were against the wall. They came out and played strong in the second half, made some nice little adjustments, and then were able to continue to play and hold on there at the end. It's something good for us to build on. And again, just like the varsity here, we continue working these kids as we come down to the later part of the season, working on our mental execution and trying to play the best football we've played all season.
All right, back to work. Let's get the second half, Coach.
Thanks, Aaron.
14-14 the score here at halftime. Crestwood 107 yards rushing, Decorah 50, Decorah 76 passing, Crestwood 56. Crestwood 163 overall, Decorah 126. Time of possession, Crestwood 14-18, Decorah 9:42. Crestwood 5 of 8 on third downs, Decorah 2 for 5. Crestwood with Matthew Cuvalier, 10 rushes, 58 yards, but Spencer Bohr has done the scoring damage tonight. 3 of 4, 56 yards, 2 touchdowns. Jeffrey Haskovic, 2 catches, 49 yards, and 2 scores. Decorah being led by Jake Hubden, 4 rushes, 43 yards, and a score. Bryce Pierce, 4 of 4, 76 yards in the first half as well. As Cole Sweska will kick off from left to right, and I look over and I see John Carlson in the booth. I thought he missed broadcasting or something. Well, and John's without the crutches tonight after having the knee scope, so. But he's been playing hurt, but still at work this week. So here's the approach and the kick by Sweska, and this one going to be caught by Tristan Bohr, who bobbles it and picks it up at the 4. Runs straight up the near side hash mark to the 20. Runs into Dylan Henning and Colin Nimrod and gets knocked back from the 20-yard line. Tristan Bohr took some hard hits that time on his 16-yard return, so it's first down and 10. Cadets from that point moving left to right, tied at 14 to start the third quarter.
And Dylan Henning, a guy we talked about earlier on the kickoff, got leaped, but on that play did a nice job stepping up, really creating some good contact and slowing the ball carrier down, and then 3 or 4 of his buddies coming over, rallying to the football and making the tackle.
So, first down at 10 from the 20-yard line, left to right, football right or near side hash mark. Bergen, Henry, and Cuvalier in the backfield. 2 tight ends on the line of scrimmage, and Bohr under his center, Sam Olendijk. He'll take the snap. He'll give it the middle to Bergen, and he's cut down immediately right at the line of scrimmage at the 21-yard line. No gain on the play, or about a gain of a yard. It was Matt Whittle, the primary defender.
That's a play that the Viking front 7 has done a lot better job against since that first scoring drive that Crestwood had in the first half. And, you can attribute that to primarily the interior of that defensive line with Whittle, Truan, and Ashbacker.
2nd and 8 from the 22-yard line. Wishbone set, 2 tight ends. Bohr under his center, Olendijk at a 5-man front for Decorah. Bohr takes the snap, keeps it on the option left side, breaks Austin Ashbacker's tackle, runs to the 30 on a cutback move to the right, gets brought down by Dustin Carey. It'll be a first down and a nice athletic run by Spencer Bohr.
We've said it a couple times tonight, Darren. The Vikings with opportunities to make plays in the the backfield, but Crestwood ball carriers either breaking those tackles or kind of bouncing it another direction. But either way, great second effort by these Crestwood ball carriers, but the Vikings have to take advantage of those opportunities in the backfield.
1st and 10, 30-yard line. Wishbone set, 2 tight ends, 5-man front for Decorah. Bohr takes the snap, gives off the right side to Matthew Kubelier. He gets as far as the 35-yard line, gets knocked back from there. Jake Upton tried to strip the football and darn near did, but Kyle Kane and Jake Upton combine on the stop on Levi Henry, rather, and it's a gain of 4 yards to the 35.
And Jake got that ball about as far out as you can without it actually popping out of the ball carrier's hands. But great example there of team tackling by the Vikings, first person wrapping up and then everyone else trying to strip the football away.
14-14, 10-17 to play in the third. 2nd and 6 for Crestwood from their own 35. Wishbone set, 2 tight ends. Football right or near side hash mark. Bohr takes and gives it to Bergen. He was in between pulling it out of his belly and taking him himself, but the Vikes had every option covered that time. Bergen will get the carry for no gain. Austin Ashbacker brought him down. It's 3rd and 6.
Seemed like Bohr was a little indecisive there on what he wanted to do. Ultimately ended up giving the ball away up the middle, but either way, it looked like the Vikes had that play stopped.
Crestwood 5 of 8 on 3rd downs. This is 3rd and 6 from the 35. Wishbone set, 2 tight ends. Football right or near side hash mark. 9:38 to play in the third. We're tied at 14. Bohr with the long count at the line. Decorah with the 6-man front. Bohr takes the snap, gives to Kubelier. Lost his footing a bit and gets covered up by Dustin Carey at the 35-yard line. Austin Ashbacker and Colin Nimrod also there. Gain of 0, 4th down.
And the key there for Dustin on that play was keeping the outside arm and leg free. Didn't get hooked to the inside of the field and was able to maintain his outside leverage and just made a great play on the edge there.
Lefevre on in punt formation. And Sweska back deep in single safety as the Cadets have a spread punt formation. They tried a fake punt that worked, but it was called back due to a penalty in the first half. Lefevre moves forward, gets the kick away, down to Sweska at the 32, and he catches that one on his knees. So they punt 33 yards and no return. So 8:52 to play in the third. We're tied at 33. 1 first down, then a stop from the defense. Offense, your turn here, Chris.
Yeah, and a nice job by the defensive unit there, Darren, getting a stop on the first drive of the half for Crestwood, but now you got to hope, or you got to look for this offensive unit to get some kind of rhythm going. Like you mentioned, not a lot of time of possession in that first half.
1st and 10, 33-yard line, moving right to left. I formation. Split to the left side is Meyer. Wing left, Sweska. Give off the left side to Holt Johansson, who caroms up the middle and gets dragged down near the 40-yard line. The man who brought him down was Kubelier with some help from Brady Bergen. It's a gain of 7 yards for Holt Johansson on his 5th carry of the night.
Holt Johansson on that play running behind the quick side of that offensive line with Nick Gosling out in front of him. But a nice job by Holt spinning forward and getting a nice gain on first down.
2nd and 4 from the 36 to the left side. Henning. Wing left is Sweska, tight end right. Kane split backs. Savarov and Johansson give off up the middle to Savarov. He's hit immediately. He bounces off a defender and gets dragged down near the 43-yard line. Garrett Praska, the man that brought him down, he's going to be close to a first down. And I won't give Garrett or Michael as much credit as for the fall forward as much as Garrett Praska tried to tackle him right up around the shoulders.
Yeah, and after getting kind of pushed back off the line of scrimmage on that first down play, you got to give credit to the Crestwood defensive line really kind of tightening up, shoring things up along that line of scrimmage. And they
are going to measure here. Denny Green and Dave Lumen coming in from the far side. Mark Elbers on the down box and Dick Trenton on the clip, the veteran Decorah chain crew. Dadman says it's short over there, and it will be a 3rd down. He had 3rd down on the box, so.
Did look short to me anyway initially when they spotted the ball, but comes down to now on 3rd and short, what we've been seeing pretty much throughout this entire game so far, the battle in the trenches. Both of these groups have done some nice things, but when both are doing nice things, obviously both have things they can clean up.
Decorah 2 of 5 on third down conversions. 8:08 to play in the third. It's a 14-14 ball game. It's third down and 1. The football is between the 42 and the 43-yard line in Decorah territory on the near side hash. You pretty much have to get beyond the 43 to get the first down. Sweska to the left side, 2 tight ends. Split back Savaroff and Johansson. Football left or near side hash mark. Long count at the line by Pierce. Gives to Johansson. First down and more. Runs to the 50 and brought down. Between the numbers and the hash mark on the near side by Spencer Bohr and Matthew Cuvalier. They'll mark him at the 47. A gain of 10 and a first down.
That's the first time tonight we've seen something out of Holt that, we've seen from him so far through the first 6 weeks, and that's when he takes the handoff. He just has that sense of urgency to get up through the gap and pick up that yardage.
And it's one of the first times the gap has been there, too. And to be fair, first down at 10 at the 47-yard line. Pierce gives to Holt. Tiptoes to the right side. He's hit by Jeffrey Haskovic and dragged down by Spencer Bohr and Haskovic at the 44-yard line as he tried the left side and he bounced it right and got 3.
Yeah, he cut it back off the left side, like you said, but he had a lot of green space out in front of him if he would have been able to shake that last tackler, but unfortunately got wrapped up.
7:05 to play in the third, 14-14 the score. Second down and 7 from the 44-yard line. Here's Pierce taking the snap. Trap play right side. Savaroff tries to move ahead to the 42-yard line and knocked back from there. Michael only got 2 that time. And Cuvalier, the man that brought him down, so it's third down and 5 upcoming.
And we talk about that battle in the trenches. It seems like for every positive play that Decorah comes up with, that Cresco defensive line, defensive unit, particularly the defensive line, has really stepped up with a good response.
Third and 5 from the 42-yard line. Football on the right or far side. Hash mark I formation. 2 tight ends and Rohr split to the left side. Savaroff dots the eye in the backfield behind Pierce, and Savaroff gets the handoff off the left side, lunging ahead, and he's going to be close, and I think just a little bit shy of a first down as he is brought down on the far side. Hash mark at the 38-yard line. He got 4. He needs about a half yard more. Offense staying on the field for Decorah.
Yeah, you got to think that the Decorah coaching staff is going to, be confident in their offensive line's ability to get about a foot here for the first down.
Fourth down upcoming. 4th and 1 from the 38-yard line with 6:55 to play, or 5:55 to play in the third. We are tied at 14. Good ball game tonight here at Viking Stadium. Sweska to the left side. Split back Savaroff and Johansson. 2 tight ends on the line of scrimmage. Pierce with a long count the line. Takes. Pitch goes to Johansson, left side, looking at turn upfield. Gets the first down and more inside the 35. And the arm tackle of Sean Omar brings him down at the 32-yard line. Had nice interference and a good cutback as well from Johansson, a gain of 6.
Nice play call there for the Vikings. Getting the ball outside, trying to get to the edge. It's something they've tried to do a little bit, especially early on. And Crestwood was doing a nice job against it. But ultimately picking up the first down and keeping this drive going.
First and 10, 32-yard line. Football left or near side hash mark. 2 tight ends in an I formation. Split to the left side of Sweska. Pierce takes. Pulls it out of the belly of Johansson. Dances left. He's inside the 30. Tries to escape a tackle and cannot do it. He is brought down at the 26-yard line. Gang tackled there by the Cadet defense. Charge led by Garrett Praska, but a positive gain of 6 yards on first down for Bryce.
Probably maybe his most productive run in terms of really reading his blocks on that one. Got up into the correct hole and then spun away from a defender, which, you look at Bryce, you're not necessarily going to think he's the most agile running quarterback that we've had, but did a nice job of avoiding the tackle and picking up extra yardage.
2nd and 4 from the 26-yard line. I formation. Tight end right is Kane. Wing left is Sweska. Split left is Rohr. Give is to Hubden left side. On a cutback move to the right, he'll lunge ahead and get to the first down. Brought down by Sean Omar, amongst others at the 21, a gain of 5.
And this has been a great example, Darren, of, we talked earlier about a blueprint for beating a team like Decorah. It's sustaining offensive drives, keeping them off the field. But Decorah now doing what they need to do to be successful, which is, it also comes down to just keeping your offense on the field, keeping that time of possession up, and really wearing out this Crestwood defense.
10th play of the drive. First down and 10 at the 21-yard line. 4:08 to play in the third. We're tied at 14. Wing right, Sweska goes in motion left. Pierce takes the snap. Pitch to Johansson to the short left, near side of the field. Tiptoes up the sideline. Gets knocked to the sideline by Spencer Bohr at the 17-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4 yards.
And that's something I touched on a little bit earlier as well. When Decorah's tried to get to the edge on the short side of the field, Crestwood has done a pretty good job of stringing it out. And conversely, when they've run it to the long side of the field, they've been able to get to that edge and cut it up for a few more yards.
2nd and 6 from the 17-yard line. Football left or near side. Hashmark. Sweska to the right side. Tight end right is Kane. Tight end left is Henning. Split backs Hovden and Johansson. Here's Pierce dropping back to throw. He has nice protection. Dumps it right, and it's nearly intercepted by Haskovic, as Sweska was the intended receiver in the right flat on the far side. Numbers at the 10. Jeffrey Haskovic reads that thing a little better. It's 6 points the other way.
Yeah, and the ball, you like to see the ball come out a little bit earlier there, Darren. It looked like Bryce hesitated a little bit in making his read and wasn't quite sure initially who he was going to throw to. But in that situation, if you're going to hit the out, the ball needs to come out quick.
Decorah, 3 of 7 on third downs. 3rd and 6 from the 17-yard line. Split back, swing left, split left. Pierce takes the snap. Gives to Johansson. Big hole up the middle inside the 10 and brought down. Spencer Bohr brings him down on the near side hash mark at the 7-yard line. A 10-yard gain and a first down for Decorah.
And now inside the 10-yard line, you look at how much time Decorah has run off the clock with this drive. If you can convert this opportunity into 6 points, you're feeling pretty good about where you are as an offense and also how much you've worn down this defense.
And a 5-minute drive to start the second half for Decorah. To the left side, Meyer, 2 tight ends on the line of scrimmage. Split backs in the backfield with Johansson and Hovden. Pierce under center. Truant takes the snap, gives to Jake. Plows ahead off left guard, fighting to the goal line. Jake will get stopped at the 1. He finally fell down after the whistle was let up. Gang tackled by about 3 cadets, but a tough run for Jake and a 2nd and goal.
Jake Hovden again, trying to be that catalyst, getting caught up in the pile, but just keeping those legs driving. And you also got to give credit to the offensive line there, who was also pushing the pile. But that's what you like to see in terms of a total offensive unit getting the job done.
2nd and goal from the 2-yard line. Split backs, 2 tight ends. Henning split to the left, short near side. Give to Holt, right side, plowing ahead. Stood up at the goal line, fighting to the end zone. He is stopped, and it's going to be a 3rd down. Crowd reacting to a Crestwood player throwing down Matt Whittle, but it was in the course of play, so it's definitely legal. And 3rd down upcoming.
Another 3rd down, inside the Cadet 1-yard line coming up now, and we saw this before on a Viking scoring drive. They ended up being able to punch that one in on 4th down, but you could save yourself a little drama if you punch it in here on 3rd.
15th play of the drive, a 3rd and goal from the 1. 2 tight ends. Johansson and Hovden split behind Pierce. Sweska split to the far right side. Pierce sneaks it in. Touchdown! 2 rushing touchdowns on the night from Bryce Pierce. Decorah takes a 20-14 lead after a 6-minute, 41-second drive to start the second half.
Yeah, and in that situation down on the 1-yard line, that can either be called by the offensive coordinator or the Viking coaching staff, or maybe Bryce called his own number. Either way, the correct call, because he went in for that quarterback sneak basically untouched.
67 yards, 15 plays, 6:41 off the clock. I believe the audible call is Luke Kane. Luke Kane.
Yes.
And he's sinking for the PAT. Carter Zidlicki will hold it, and Drake Schuring will snap it. Snap spot kick. It is up and good. 21-14 Decorah. 2:11 to play in the 3rd. And let's take a break for Spahn and Rose Lumber. Welcome back to Viking Stadium. Vikings with the lead again, 21-14, 2:11 to play in the 3rd quarter. Entertaining football game tonight here at Viking Stadium.
And that last drive by Decorah, just a classic example of just the traditional Decorah way of playing offensive football. That was a great sustained drive, almost exclusively running.
One pass.
One pass, and, that's the type of football these Viking coaches pride themselves on having their kids able to play.
So, Cole Sweska will kick off from right to left to restart the ball game. Here is the approach and the kick. This one is going to be caught by one of the up man who gives it to Bohr, brings it up the near side hash mark to the 15, tries to cut it back left and gets covered up. He was tripped up initially by Sam Johnson and finished off by Sam Leaps or Jacob Leaps at the 21-yard line. So it was Hunter Slivka who caught the ball and gave it to Tristan Bohr, and gave it to him at kind of a funny angle, and really they didn't get a lot of advantage by handing it off to somebody else.
No, they didn't, but the Viking kickoff coverage unit again coming out and showing for the seventh consecutive week that they're all doing a solid job not letting up any big returns.
First and 10 at the 21-yard line. Receivers left and right, slot left, slot right. Now Bohr goes to the gun, and Cuvalier will stand to his right. Spencer Bohr's own read running up the middle across the 20 and covered up near the 23-yard line. Read very well. Joel Johansson, the linebacker, the initial defender, a gain of 2.
And now if Crestwood is going to start running more of that zone read look, it's going to be even more important, especially for the linebackers on this Decorah defense, to stick to their gaps, because that zone running game is predicated on the cutback lanes.
Corey Anderson in on that defensive line for Decorah. 2nd and 8 from the 23. Spread shotgun. 2 receivers either side. High snap to Bohr. Gives to Cuvalier. Left side. Hit in the backfield and brought down. Jacob Leaps with the TFL. Back to the 23-yard line. 3rd down and long for the Cadets.
Jacob Leaps absolutely shot out of a cannon on that play. Came off the edge. Made the tackle initially with one arm, but, great for this Viking defense now after that long drive by the offense, coming out, putting Crestwood in a 3rd and medium, 3rd and long situation.
They're 5 of 9 on 3rd downs. We have a minute to play in the 3rd. It's 21-14. Decorah leading Cresco. 4 receivers, 2 to either side. Football left or far side, hash mark. Bohr in the gun. Cuvalier to his left. Bohr taking the snap, has plenty of time. Steps up, throws the left side, incomplete. He went wide of the mark to Levi Henry on the far side near the 32-yard line. Good coverage, Justin Carey. 4th down, Decorah.
Yeah, and credit that one to the coverage in the defensive secondary. Bohr had a pretty good amount of time to stand in the pocket and throw the football, but the coverage downfield was outstanding on that play.
So 4th and 7 from the 24-yard line. Lefevre on in punt formation. Jake Hovden, the single safety for Decorah. Crestwood uses a spread punt formation. And that requires Decorah to move one guy back. Snap back to Lefevre in good shape, moves forward, gets the kick away. This one will bounce at the 49-yard line in Decorah territory and take a lateral hop out of bounds. Going to mark him right at the 49. So a 28-yard punt, no return, 34 seconds to play in the 3rd. 1st and 10, Decorah. And there's that good field position, the best of the night at the 49-yard line.
And that was Jake Hovden back to return there. The last 2 times out, I think it was Cole Sweska. Yep. And, they put Jake back there, and the punt goes pretty much right out of bounds. Coincidence?
I think not.
You be the judge, but I don't think so.
Football right or far side, hash mark, Vikes right to left. Hovden and Johansson in a straight eye formation, 2 tights on the line of scrimmage. Split to the left side is Meyer. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Pierce takes the snap, rushes on, and he trips over his own 2 feet and gets brought down at the 41-yard line. He heard some footsteps of Tyler Thomas, and it ends up being a loss of 8. That's the second really big sack that Bryce has given up on the night. So that will be the 3rd quarter of play, 21-14. Decorah leading at the end of 3. This for Jeff's Auto Repair and for Paul Hudson, your State Farm insurance agent. The 42-yard line. Through 3 quarters, Decorah 186 yards of total offense. Crestwood 182. Crestwood 10 first downs. Decorah 8. Decorah 16:57 time of possession. Crestwood 19:03. 2nd down, 17 from the 42-yard line. Here's Pierce. Pitch goes to Hovden, left side. Hovden spinning across the 42 and gets brought down on the far side numbers as the Vikes now move left to right at the 47-yard line. So a gain of 5 of the previous plays. So it's 3rd down and 12 upcoming. And the Vikings leading by a touchdown, 21-14 with 11:44 to play.
And this is where that sack on 1st down really puts you in a bad position when you end up with a 3rd and long like this.
So for 3rd down and 12 from the 48-yard line. Decorah is 5 of 9 on third down conversions. They're 2 of 2 on fourth down conversions. Two tight ends, split backs in the backfield. Sweska split right. Here is Pierce seeing opening up the middle on a quarterback draw. Runs to the 50, to the 40, lunging ahead. He's going to get close to a first down. It'll depend on the spot of the football. I highly doubt that was a designed quarterback draw, but I think Bryce Pierce saw an opening and took advantage of it. A little improvisation, if you will. Omar, the defender, measurement upcoming for Decorah.
Yeah, and that's Bryce Pierce showing, a little gear that we haven't seen so far this season, but definitely showing that if he gets in the open field, he can make some plays.
So, it's going to be a measurement, 11-16 to play in the ball game. 21-14 the score as Denny Green and Dave Lumen get another workout tonight. Mark Elvers on the far side still has third up, so he's a little more unsure of this one. No indication from Dad, man. Stretch of the chain, and oh boy, first down Decorah. By a smidge. You ask me how long a smidge is, it's, well, if you put your thumb and your index finger together and there's barely any space between them, I think that's how far Decorah got that first down by.
The slimmest of margins, that's for sure, Darren.
I was a little more dramatic in my description. Pardon me there, partner. 11:15 left. Clock runs. Crestwood territory, 41-yard line for Decorah. 21-14, they lead it. Meyer to the left side. Wing left is Sweska. Tight end right is Kane. Split backs, Johansson and Hovden. Pierce under center, facing a 5-man front. Give to Johansson. Hold off the right side, and he gets brought down as Haskovic brings him down at the 36-yard line. He'll mark him at the 37. Bohr, also a defender, a gain of 4.
And since the beginning of this second half, Darren, we've really been seeing this Viking offensive unit really pick up. It's first of all their intensity level. Second of all, with that comes the physicality, and the physicality has definitely been improved here in the second half.
Second down and 6 from the 37-yard line. Sweska left, handing right, tight end left is Kane. Split backs, Hovden and Johansson. Pierce takes, gives to Holt, slips the defender in the backfield, plows ahead off the left guard, and gets knocked back at the 35-yard line. Sam Olendijk, the man that brought him down. Has the physicality improved, or is this the first team to match Decorah physically, Chris?
Well, it's something that Coach Friedoff talked about at halftime there, where, this is the first team that, Decorah's come out against really knowing what they were going to get. And you have to give Crestwood credit again for coming out their second game in 5 days and really showing a lot of desire out there.
3rd and 4 from the 35, 21-14 Decorah, 9:53 to play. Two tight ends, split backs, and Roar split to the right side. Give is to Jake, right side. Plows ahead, inside the 30, breaking free, brings it to the near sideline, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown! Jake Hovden, his second score of the night, flag down, back at the line of scrimmage! Holding Decorah. Shucks. Referee comes over and talks to Bill Post, and Bill not very happy with the call, and Coach Post rarely gets that demonstrative about officiating. So Hovden 35-yard touchdown run erased. It's 3rd down and 14. Back to the 45-yard line. I didn't see the flag come out initially. I don't think anybody in the place did, but here we go, 9:37 to play, Chris.
You just hate to see a great individual effort like that have to come back, but Jake Hovden doing what we've seen him do all year, being a catalyst, making plays, but unfortunately it comes back.
3rd and 14 from the 45. Split to the right side as Meyer split backs in the backfield. Here is the give to Johansson. He gets dragged down right at the line of scrimmage. Garrett Praska brought him down. No gain on the play. It's 4th down for Decorah, and punt formation time for the Vikings as Johansson will try to pin the Cadets deep with 9:20 to play.
And you talk about a killer penalty, Darren. You go from being up 2 scores potentially to punting the ball away, now still only up 1 score.
That running of the dike on Tuesday afternoon, that one's going to hurt a little more, I think. So Bohr, Tristan and Spencer back deep. Snap back a little high, and moving forward and getting the kick away is Johansson. He bounces it at the 15. It's picked up by Spencer Bohr at the 8. Tries to run to his right and gets dragged down by Austin Ashbacker. You know what? That's a kid that just keeps playing. Sean Omar was holding out Austin Ashbacker clear enough that everybody in the place could see it. Does Austin sit and complain about it? No, he just keeps playing, and it's 1st and 10 at the 9-yard line for Crestwood.
I mean, you could have either gotten him for holding or blocking in the back on that play, but the block in the back action was what carried Austin into the ball carrier. So,
but my overall point is, people can sit there and complain about officiating. Austin just shut up and kept playing.
Exactly.
8:52 to play, fourth quarter, 21-14. Decorah on top. 1st and 10 from the 9-yard line. Give us to Henry. Tries to bounce it right to the outside, and Henry gets brought down near the 10-yard line. Only a gain of a yard on the play. Good population tackling by the Vikings. Hovden and Jacob Leaps there, and a equipment issue for a cadet player, and actually a player is down on the far side.
And a nice response again by this Viking defensive unit. You can almost you could see it on that last play. Austin Ashbacker coming up with the big special teams play and kind of lighting a spark on the Decorah sideline.
8:38 to play, and we don't know who the injured player is, but we'll take a break for Hacker Nelson and for Winneshiek Mutual Insurance. Crestwood has a 2nd down and 9 from the 10-yard line. Cuvalier was the injured player. He went off under his own power. 21-14 Decorah with 8:28 to play. 2 tight ends and a wishbone set. And a new player in the game in the backfield, Tyler Thomas, replacing Matt Cuvalier. Here's the give to Bergen, running up the middle, pinballs up the middle, and gets knocked back from the 13-yard line. Bergen only got 3. Kyle Kane met him up high. A gain of 3. It's 3rd down and 6 for the Cadets. It's 21-13 Decorah with 8:04 to play.
And the quarterback, Bohr, really riding that action initially. And, it's what you want to do to try to get the defense to commit. But there's a fine line there between getting the defense to commit and holding on to the ball so long that it actually impedes your ball carrier from making any move.
3rd down at 5 from the 14-yard line. The Cadets on the night are 5 of 10 on 3rd down conversions. Wishbone set, 2 tight ends. Bohr under his center, Sam Olendijk. He'll take the snap. He'll retreat. He has plenty of time. He's hit by Ashbacker as he throws down the middle, and it's caught by Jeffrey Haskovic, who beat the coverage of Andy Sicking, and it's brought down by Dylan Henning at the 50-yard line. It's a gain of 37 and a 1st down. Everyone was there, but you know what? Haskovic made the play.
Pretty outstanding catch there by Haskovic. The coverage was good. Haskovic maybe had half a step on the nearest defender, but again, you got to give credit to him for going up and making that grab.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line. Cadets 4 of 5 passing tonight. And Spencer Bohr now has 91 yards on that 4 of 5. 7:16 to play, 21-16. Here's the give to Bergen. He runs up the middle and gets dumped. At the 47-yard line, Matt Whittle, Austin Ashbacker up the middle, bringing him down, a gain of 3.
The interior of the Viking defensive line continuing to be pretty stout against that running game here in the second half.
2nd and 7 from the 47 with 6:55 to play. Fun ball game tonight here in Decorah, as the Cadets trail the Vikings 21-14. 3 backs in the backfield. Thomas is one of them, as Cuvalier has yet to return from the sideline. Here is Sporer keeping it on the option right side, finds an opening inside the 40, gets dragged down from behind by Jacob Leaps on the far side, hash mark at the 36. It's a gain of 11 and a 1st down for Spencer Bohr.
Pretty shifty running there by Bohr on that play. Looked like the Vikings again were going to have an opportunity to wrap him up maybe at the line of scrimmage, but he got away, did a little dancing, and got upfield, picked up the 1st down.
So 1st and 10, 36-yard line, 6:22 left, 21-14 Decorah. Football writer, far side, hash mark, 2 tight ends on a line of scrimmage, 3 backs in the backfield. Bohr takes the snap, gives up the middle, no, he keeps it. He's hit by Leaps, he falls forward and gets gang tackled back at the 34-yard line. Leaps got to him first. Kane, Ruiz, and Hovden all there. Give him about a gain of a yard and a half. Second down and 9 upcoming, 21-14 Decorah, halfway point, fourth quarter.
Vikings had both options on that play pretty well covered up. And, against a quarterback like Bohr, who can hurt you with his legs, and as we've seen tonight, not very many pass attempts, but pretty efficient through the air. You got to have both of those options shored up, or he's going to be able to hurt you.
Second and 9 from the 35-yard line. 3 backs in the backfield and 2 tight ends. Here's a bootleg right side. Spencer Bohr under pressure, firing down the middle, and it's intercepted! Jay Covden caught the underthrown ball inside the 5-yard line as they went for Haskovic. Haskovic was behind the defense, and for the third time in 2 weeks, Jay Covden with a big INT for Decorah.
Jay Covden doing a great job going up, catching the ball at its highest point, and the receiver was actually behind him on the play. If Bohr puts a little more air on that football, it might go for a touchdown, but give credit to Jay Covden for being in coverage, going up, making a great play on the football.
Third interception of the season for Jay Covden. First and 10 at the 5 for Decorah, left to right. 5:20 to play, 21-14 Decorah. Hovden and Johansson in an I formation. Here's the give to Jake, left side. Moves ahead across the 5 to near the 8-yard line. Gang tackled by the Crestwood Cadets. Brady Bergen off the bottom of the pile, gain of 3.
And, just looking at the scoreboard now, just over 5 minutes to go. For the Vikings, the clock is definitely your friend now. But, the Cadets, if the Vikings can pick up a first down or 2 here, they're really going to have to start thinking about when they want to use their 3 timeouts.
So second and 7 from the 8-yard line with 4:50 to play, 21-14 Decorah. Sweska to the left side, wing back or tight end left is Carey, tight end right is Henning. I formation. Johansson and Hovden. 8 in the box for the Crestwood Cadets. Pierce takes the snap, keeps it on the belly. He's dragged down back near the line of scrimmage and dragged down back at the 6. There was early movement, but nobody apparently jumped into the neutral zone. The man who dragged him down was Allen Iverson, and now you got 3rd and long deep in your own territory.
That was a play where nothing really developed right off the snap. Bryce didn't really have anywhere to go with it, got drugged down. And again, 3rd and 8 now, just over 4 minutes remaining. It's kind of a precarious spot for a play caller deep inside your own territory.
Decorah on the night, 5 of 10 on 3rd down. Split backs in the backfield, 2 tight ends. Sweska split right, 3rd and 8 from the 7. Dropping a throw is Bryce Pierce. Pierce will run up the middle. He's hit at the 5, and he's knocked back from there. Getting to him first was Sean Omar. A loss of a yard on the previous play. 4th down upcoming, and now you need a boomer out of Holt.
That time it looked like it was a called quarterback draw. Bryce dropping back 5 steps and then immediately tucking it down, but Crestwood was a little better prepared for it on that one.
Austin Ashbacker will snap it to Holt Johansson. Tristan Bohr, Spencer Bohr will stand at the 40-yard line in Decorah territory. 3:15 left. Snap back in good shape. He'll move forward, get the kick away. And this one off the side of his foot, and it'll go out of bounds inside the 30. They'll line it up inside the 25, in fact, right at the 25. And when you needed a boomer, unfortunately, you didn't get one.
Yeah, and Holt, like we've talked about before, through the first 6 weeks, has been quietly having a great year punting the football. And, you're going to have a bad one every now and then, but unfortunately, it comes at a time when, you really needed him to get off a good kick.
3:07 to play. 1st and 10 Cadets at the Decorah 25. 21-14 Decorah. Wishbone set. 2 tight ends. Football writer far side hash. Cadets moves right to left. Give to Henry right side. Henry is stopped. On the numbers far side at the 22-yard line, Holt Johansson, the defender. It's a gain of 3. 2:56 left. Cadets with all 3 timeouts remaining.
And you get the sense now that Crestwood is going to try to use all the time they can here. Obviously have to score a touchdown, but you've got to think that in their mind, if they're going to score a touchdown, they want to leave as little time on the clock as possible.
2nd and 7 from the 22-yard line. 2 tight ends. Wishbone set. Spencer Bohr under center, facing a 5-man front. Football right or far side hash. Give us to Bergen up the middle of the D. Plows ahead near the 15-yard line and gets brought down right there, close to first down yardage. He'll be a little shy with 2:22 to play. They'll mark him at the 16. It'll be a third and about a half a yard.
And one thing that Decorah defenses have really gotten to be known for over the past few years is that mantra of bend but don't break, and boy, would you sure like to see that hold true right now.
2 minutes left, 3rd and 1 from the 16-yard line for the Cadets, trailing 21-14. Wishbone set, 2 tight ends. Spencer Bohr under center, takes the snap, gives to Henry off the right side, first down and more, and he gets brought down near the 10, loses the football. Decorah has it. No, they're going to say he was down. They're going to say he was down on the far side at the 10. Henry gets 6, first and goal for the Cadets.
You know, Darren, I don't like to pick on officials. I usually, respect their work, but in my opinion, that ball was out before the runner was down.
Well,
that's why I'm not out there.
And he had a heck of a lot better view than the rest of us. First and goal at the 10. Minute 37 left, 21-14. Here's the give to Bergen. No, Bohr keeps it off the right side. Loses the football this time. The baby bull has it. Austin to the 30, to the 35, to the 40, to the 50. He gets by a man. And Austin keeps chugging forward and brought down finally at the 33-yard line. Late flag coming in. Spencer Bohr tried to get some extra yards and it was stripped. Austin Ashbacker picked it up and returned it 40. That time it was a fumble. The Vikes take it away. Big play by the Baby Bull.
And you look at guys on this Decorah team that we've looked at as playmakers, before the season, and now it's 6 weeks, 7 weeks into the season. Austin Ashbacker, if ever there were a time to come up with a huge play, that was it, and he comes up huge.
He picked up the fumble about the 25, rumbled, stumbled, did not fumble as he returned it to the Crestwood 33-yard line. Oh boy, 21-14 Decorah, minute 19 left. The Cadets still have all 3 timeouts remaining. So Decorah really needs a first down here to seal the deal. Good ball game tonight. You take wins any way you get them, but when you're in the ball game for the full 48, keeps everybody's focus that much better. And give credit to these Crestwood Cadets. They've given Decorah their toughest test of the season, with due respect to the Go-Hawks in week 1. First and 10, 33-yard line. Give to Jake, left side, finds a hole inside the 30. Gets knocked back from the 29-yard line. Timeout Cadets, minute 13 to play. And let's take a timeout for Winneshiek Mutual Insurance. Here's your situation, 1:13 left. Decorah will have a 2nd and 6 from the 29-yard line in Crestwood territory. They lead it 21-14. Austin Ashbacker with the fumble recovery and the return into Crestwood territory. Crestwood has 2 timeouts remaining.
Just to kind of go back to what you were talking about before the break, Darren, I do think this is definitely the toughest test so far this season, just because you think back to week 1, Decorah was a team that we weren't really sure what their identity was going to be. Now they've been a team that's been rolling along, and Crestwood has really put up a good fight tonight.
2nd and 6 from the 29-yard line. Pitch goes to Hovden right side with blockers out in front. Ellsberg gets a block. Sweska gives him a block. He bounces off a couple of defenders. He moves ahead to the 20-yard line, and he'll get the first down. A 9-yard gain for Hovden, as he had to wait for his blocks, and it was a pretty good patient run for Jake Hovden that time, and that first down can make you breathe a little easier, even though funny things can happen. 61 seconds to play, 21-14 the score. And the clock will wind here. Crestwood does have 2 timeouts remaining. They choose not to use one at this moment.
No, we want to score. We want to go.
Here's Rohr to the left side. Sweska to wing left. Tight end right is Kane. Split backs in the backfield with Hovden and with Johansson. One thing to keep in mind here, the 13-point rule for the playoffs. Now, I want to make sure the folks out in our listening audience are educated, because Decorah will try to score in this situation, because one of the tiebreakers for the playoffs is the 13-point rule. You get credit for margin of victory up to 13 points. Now, in this situation, Decorah would get a +7 and Crestwood would get a -7. If Decorah was able to score here, it would be a +13. That's the maximum number of points you get, and if you do get into a situation where it does come down to a tiebreaker in the playoffs, that is one of the tiebreakers. So Decorah isn't trying to run it up at all here. They're trying to better their playoff position by getting a score here, Chris.
Right, and we'll talk a little bit more about it after this play.
Split backs in the backfield, Johansson and Hovden. Tight end right is Kane. Here is Sweska in motion left to right. Give is to Johansson, running up the middle inside the 20 and brought down at the 18-yard line. And the Cadets will take a timeout with 24 or 43 seconds to play. And things still interesting here with 21-14 Decorah. But a good ball game here tonight in Viking Stadium, as Chris Wanless will go down to the sideline and talk to Coach Bill Post after this game. We'll keep you up in the booth for now. I'm assuming I remembered the digital recorder. I'm assuming it's in your pocket there, partner.
Yep, sure is.
All right. Well, all things considered, let's get back to that point we were talking about prior to the previous play.
Well, I liked what you said. You want to make sure everyone is educated, and, you want to make sure people understand that even though Decorah is trying to score in this situation, it's not a matter of trying to run up the score. It's putting yourself in a better position down the road, hopefully.
Yes, exactly. Meyer to the right side, wing back right is Sweska, tight end left is Kane, split backs with Hovden and with Johansson. Sweska in motion right to left, 2nd down and 7. Here's the pitch to Johansson left side, trying to get to the outside. He'll run inside the 20 and gets covered up near the 16-yard line, and the Cadets will take a timeout with 37 seconds to play. So 21-14 the score. It'll be a 3rd down and about 4 from the 15-yard line as play will resume, and the Cadets have gotten rid of their allotment of timeouts.
And it's kind of an interesting situation now, Darren, from an offensive standpoint for Decorah, because obviously, like we've been talking about, they do want to score. And 3rd and 4 here, Crestwood out of timeouts, but you definitely don't want to put the ball in the air here, have it fall incomplete, and stop the clock, and bring up a 4th down. But the play calling on 3rd and 4 in this situation is pretty wide open, so I wouldn't be surprised to see anything.
Decorah does have 2 timeouts remaining, and Crestwood has 0. The Vikings will move up to the line of scrimmage on a 3rd down and 4 from the 15-yard line with 37 seconds to play. Henning split to the right side, wing back right is Sweska, tight end left is Kane, split backs with Hovden and Johansson. Sweska in motion right to left, football left or far side hash mark. Give to Johansson, and he is knocked back from the 18-yard line. And the Cadets cannot call a timeout, and the allotment of timeouts is done. And it looks like Decorah will get the victory here tonight. Vikings win their 21st game in a row, but it was anything but easy tonight. Vikings were able to get matched from a physical perspective by the Crestwood Cadets. Cadets became the first team to lead Decorah other than Solon in the playoffs last year in the last 20 games. They're the only team to score a touchdown off Decorah in the last 20 games, and you know what? Their young men gave one heck of an effort tonight, but the Decorah Vikings end up getting the victory by a 21-14 margin. Let's take a timeout here. We'll be back with some stats and some postgame after this. For Dr. Kelly Reagan Chiropractic, for Decorah Physical Therapy and Rehab, for Wicks Construction, and for the A&J Petersburg Agency Insurance and Real Estate.
Home game of the regular season. 2 weeks from tonight, they are at Western Dubuque.